to a very special episode of the Third Base Club. Of course, a running joke that everyone keeps making on me. It's not funny anymore, but I'm glad that we're here. We're going to continue through. Of course, we have everyone here from the Point in Progress team. Of course, we have Sly, Baird in the Hair himself, Harv, Fiona, and of course, Venom, Unfit Snake Frank. How you doing, guys?
Good. Real good.
Doing
scared?
well.
I'm scared. Are you scared?
I'm terrified.
Why am I scared? What's
That
happening?
is true. I don't know why. Some of you already have a significant others. I don't. So I don't know why. We're just going with it.
I'm excited to answer questions.
Speaking
I'm so
of
confused on what we're doing.
yes, so today on a very special one and only Third
Frank's
Base
like,
Club.
why am I here right now?
Yeah, what is this? I'm reading these questions.
Don't read the questions. Don't
Alright, I read
don't
the
read
last
the
one.
questions. Don't. Stop it.
I want the questions to be like fresh, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Answer all the
exactly.
time.
Our way.
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of the questions, we of course secretly asked some of our friends to provide us weird, sexy questions, so that way we could drop them on each other for this very
The
special.
way you said that weird, sexy.
100%.
Weird, sexy
That's how I
questions.
promoted it. I don't know how any of you did it, but
I said Valentine's Day themed.
Oh,
well.
we're gonna have two different sides
we're
on
gonna
it.
have
That's
very
weird.
different type of questions, and I'm very, very, very much excited.
Oh no.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off. I'm gonna go ahead and read one of I'm gonna read one of the ones from Shelby, because I think it's at the very least it's a cute one, and since it is gonna be Valentine's Day, when time you see this, it is Valentine's Day. Hey, congratulations! What is the cheesiest Valentine's Day you've ever had? I'm gonna start with Harv. What is the cheesiest Valentine's Day you've ever had?
Cheesiest.
Yes.
Can it involve cheese?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
I guess the cheesiest.
Wait, hold on. In what way? what
not
are we
that
using
way.
that cheese
Oh,
for?
anyway.
Hold on a second, Art.
No. That's a burn hazard. We don't go there for that one. If you're gonna do that, use chocolate. Don't
Use
use
some
cheese.
fondue in the bedroom.
Yeah, no.
What's a
If
substitute
you're
for
gonna
candles?
You can't use cheese. That's gonna leave marks. All right. I guess the most cheesiest one would be like, I had a date with one of my exes where we had cheese and wine, which was pretty awesome.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which was fancy. It was fancy. I've never done it. That's the first time I've ever done it, and I was like, man, I could do this more often. And
Done the wine tasting, right? Not done it.
no, yeah, just the wine tasting, not the doing it part. That part I don't want to do. You know,
We're
No.
already so off the rails. I love this.
But, like, it was a very interesting experience for the first time, because like I always thought I was like, you know, high society kind of shit, you know, like the high society stuff, and like doing it was a lot of fun. We sat there, ate cheese, drank wine, and watched a movie. It was great. It was
I
great,
love a good wine and cheese pairing.
right?
That's great.
What's your favorite wine and cheese pairing?
I don't know about pairing wise, but my favorite wine is Malbec.
Okay.
I really like Malbec.
Okay.
And
That looks
cheese.
good.
Just give me some cheddar cheese, dude.
Yeah,
It's
I just
straight
want a
up
big
cheddar.
old.
Just give me a block of cheddar
With
cheese.
Malbec.
So block. I just start.
That's a rough combo.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Okay, thank you so much for your favorite cheesy Valentine's. Since there's so many questions, I'm actually just gonna give everyone a random one, and the one you get is the one you get. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead.
And then chime in if you have something like that too.
What was that? Ooh.
They had a cheesy
Chime in
Valentine's Day.
if you got something as well.
Nah, let's do that. I kind of like the other one better.
What? That are just random ones? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
We can come back to the
Right,
ones if we
yes.
really want to talk about them.
Yeah, for sure. If
Yeah.
you want to chime
Yeah,
in
yeah, for
during
sure,
the
for sure.
discussion, like if I ask the
Yeah,
question,
exactly.
then chime in during
Yeah.
that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Fiona.
No discussion allowed ever.
Yeah.
No,
So Fiona,
Never. We don't discuss things here.
Hello.
what is your love language?
Oh dear God.
I speak Klingon.
First of all,
I don't know what that means.
speak Klingon in the bedroom. You
oh
know?
my God.
No, I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna be honest with you guys. Like, since we're all into the Valentine's Day stuff, since like my horoscope is a Cancer, you would assume that I'd be like, oh my God, all lovey-dovey, oh emotional. But like, the idea of love language, like the just makes me kind of cringe.
Really?
But yeah, I just like the term love language. It seems really weird. to
It's
me.
more
I don't know
It's
what
more
that
metaphorical. It's not. It's more metaphorical.
Okay,
so-
it means like okay.
I can say mine.
Do you
Mine.
need to hear someone say it like touching?
Yeah, touching is mine. I will say that. Like, if I had a love language, the moment that, like, if someone, like, brushes their hand against my face or anything like that, I just immediately am just, like, won over. Like, I'm like a cat.
Basically, love languages there's two parts. It's like how you show affection and how you prefer to receive affection. So it's like there's 5 of them. I'm gonna miss some of them. There's physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts, and quality time.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So it's how
Okay.
you show affection and how you feel affection. So that makes
Okay,
sense.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say verbal, like words of affirmation, I guess. Like stuff like that for me. Mostly because like for a long time, like especially when I was in high school, I was like the awkward nerdy kid who like my friends were very much like, oh, we love to give each other hugs and stuff like that. And I'm like, if anyone touches me, I'm gonna throw you. I'm like, I am 6'2". I will legit like mostly because like I'd be like,
I
it
will
was so like
tombstone
it was
your ass.
awkward. And also, like, my face gets super red when I get embarrassed. And, like, I wore no makeup at that time. So I would just be, like, a huge fluster mess. So I'd, like, throw people. Not actually physically. Well, I mean, my friend who was 5'2", yeah, I threw her. But, like, to be taller people, I would just be like, nope! And, like the literal, like, what you see in an anime where, like, the girl, like, runs. That was me. I was just like, nope. Bye, peace out, bitches, and then I would run away. But no, I think like verbal. The other ones are nice too, but just like, yeah. Gifts,
Yeah.
it's nice,
Oh.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still
Yeah,
gonna go with Klingon. You know. Just get
Yes.
all,
So would that
just
be
get all
verbal
fucking
then?
Spock
If
on,
someone-
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
verbal for both Frank and Fee, I think, is probably seemingly what it's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you, just speak to me in Dothraki. Like, there you
Yeah,
go.
you're like
Oh.
Gomez and Morticia, where she speaks French and he goes like wild. So that seems, but the Dothraki. Okay,
That is pretty much.
I'm joking. That
No,
was
that's
a huge major joke, by the way. Do not speak Dothraki and think that I'm going to be impressed. But, well, I mean, that is impressive.
That would be
but,
impressive.
like-
That's
It's a made
dedication.
up language. It's pretty
Don't
impressive.
think that would be
Yeah,
impressive.
that is-
Well, wait, it is impressive. That's good. That's good.
I'll give you that. I'll
It
give
is
you
impressive.
good job. on
But
that.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Just
Hearing
not a
it,
turn
like,
on.
because, like, how do I explain this? Like, yeah, touching is nice and everything, but just like being able to hear it, like, is nice. Because sometimes you don't know. So verbal, like, confirmations and like knowing is
It's all-
definitely what I'm
It's all about that communication. It's all about that communication.
Oh my god.
Communication.
I'll strive
for
for
sure.
that communication. You know
Every
what I'm saying?
love podcast
Mario's-
is what?
We're not gonna do that. Everything's communication, are we?
I was gonna say every podcast, including
Yeah.
love and sex stuff, is all about
I know.
communication.
I know. It's all about communication. That's like the first thing they always say over everything.
Guys,
Speaking-
communication.
Oh my God.
Speaking
Everything
of communication, by the
is
way, thank
everything.
you, Audrey, for providing that question. That was a good one. But
Yeah.
from Microwaves, I'm giving this to Frank. Is God watching?
God's always watching. God never stopped watching, and God will always continue to watch.
So is God like is
All
Earth
right.
the primordial like Pornhub? Is that what it is? And God's just always viewing?
We're just my free
I'm
cams for God.
uncomfy.
Where are my
Think
free
about
cams
it.
for God?
He just tunes in
I
on the
quit.
channel. He
I
doesn't
quit
donate
the
either.
I'm done.
God doesn't donate either. God's a
This was like-
lurker.
You can blame Michael Ruiz for this from formerly Dual Shockers for this question.
Oh my god. Why? Why would you do
I mean, hypothetically, okay, let's just all say God is watching, okay? And he decided that this was a thing that we could do for each other. Why would he? Is it for his benefit or is it for us
Are you
benefit?
talking about life itself or sex? Are we getting metaphysical here? Or are we
Oh,
talking about
100%.
Valentine's
maybe,
Day?
maybe he's just a supervisor.
What is this?
You know? Maybe just a supervisor.
What channels?
You know what?
What
I
category
love
is his
y'all.
favorite?
It's been a good week run, but this is it. We're pulling the plug.
This was the most tamed question that I've asked
Yeah.
so far. Is God watching?
Oh my god.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
Well, Frank, you thank you much for your very short answer. I guess we're gonna have to move on. Sorry, that's hilarious. Okay, Sly. Have you
Yes.
ever had a secret admirer, or have you ever experienced a secret admirer in terms of like someone writing you love letters or something?
And that's some creepy ass shit. Don't be a creep. Don't violate people's boundaries. Like, not a fan. So I'm glad I have not experienced that because I would be freaked the fuck out.
I feel like
Don't be
that kind of
creepy,
stuff
y'all.
happened a lot, like in like high school.
Yeah, it's cutesy in high school, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Post
very
high
cutesy
school,
in
it's
high
very
school.
weird.
Post high school, it's like, all right, okay, we need to tone it down here.
Yeah, it's not. I can't just leave a letter in your locker. You know what I mean? Go still
Yeah,
leaving letters at your
exactly.
home address, and it's like, oh god, oh no,
Been signed with my blood.
oh no.
It's been signed
Oh,
with my.
no.
I gotta give her a
Beside
fruit
with my
basket
cheese.
for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna sign this note in my blood. Make sure she gets it.
It's been signed with my cheese.
Oh no, it's just cheese, just with like cheese whiz.
Oh, my human cheese.
Cheese with signature.
Cheese whiz.
Oh,
To like
fuck.
seal the envelope.
Oh god.
So we're saying
I know.
that. So we're saying that we can't like pour gasoline on a street and then like light a cigarette on it that just says "I love you, please go out with me." So we can't do that.
Oh.
No.
We're also saying at the end of Say Anything we can't hold boom boxes outside people's houses anymore either, right? That's all dead.
There's a difference
I
between-
mean,
there's a
you
difference
gotta have
between-
that mutual understanding if you can do that or not.
Beard was
There's
like,
a difference
yes.
between shooting your
Be
shot
was like, no.
and just being weird as shit.
boomboxing. Yeah, it has to be consensual boomboxing, then it's okay. If it's not consensual, it's creepy.
God, that just means that the whole
I
plot
mean,
of Snow Day is ruined.
the weird thing is, some people actually like that. Some people like the extra effort put forward.
I mean, yeah.
Like
Maybe that's
some
love
people.
language,
It
guys.
feels like
Yeah,
a
there you go.
stalker. You know?
I mean,
Like-
it all depends.
But then what's
it
the
all
some
difference?
people
What's the
look at
difference
it-
between a stalker
I
and a
can see
suitor?
some
You know
people
what I'm
being
saying?
like, I guess some people being like, oh, that's kind of sweet. You know, it's shooting your shot.
It all depends on like how your relationship is with that person, right?
Yeah.
Like
if this person has told
I'm
you
not gonna
before,
yuck
stay the
your
fuck away from
yum.
me.
But to me, it feels like a stalker to have a
That's
secret
fair.
in mind.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
Sly, if I came out in front of your building and I had a boombox,
And it turns
I've
on.
given you my address. That is consent. Like, if you showed up,
Okay.
first I would
So
be
then
like,
Say
how
Anything
did
is
you get
consent.
over the
Okay.
border? But I gave you my address. I would not be freaked out if you showed up outside my window, except for
Yeah.
we're in a pandemic and you crossed the border. So that's
So wait, if someone has a crush on you, are they a secret admirer?
I mean, yeah.
yeah,
If they
because you don't
leave
know unless
That's
secret
right.
notes
When-
about it.
Well, I was gonna say because when Sly was going off, I'm like, what's the difference between like having a crush on someone? But I guess
Yeah.
you're right. Leaving note. So wait, hold on. But you mean like now?
Leaving
High
like
school was
cryptic
okay?
notes, just like I'm your secret admirer. I like you a lot.
I
I'm watching you
mean,
from
Like,
the
okay,
distance.
I'll tell
That's fucking
High
creepy.
school, it's less
That's some weird shit.
Yeah, especially
All
when
right,
you say this
I want to
before.
know: am I a creep if I made a mixtape for a lady in high school?
No, you're not. You shot your shot in your way.
Except
No,
it had
like,
it had.
high school is a different environment, and it's not like you found their address by phishing means. And
Yeah, if
showed
you
up
put it in her mailbox, if you like went to her home and left it in her mailbox, that's a little fucking creepy.
I mean, when I left all those
The
copies of Metal Gear
escalation
Solid, it was
from-
like I gave it to my loved
Sure.
ones.
A locker is school property. A locker is not your personal property,
Yeah.
right? So, like, the level
Yeah.
of
It's like your P.O.
escalation
box,
from
you know?
locker to
Yeah.
home address is extreme.
So you're saying, by
No,
that
I'm
logic,
agreeing with all of this. I'm agreeing with
by
all
that
of this.
logic though, if I worked in a cubicle and I left someone a sweet, sweet love note, then technically, since the property is not
are
my
you
own,
signing it? Are you signing it with a secret? Your secret admirer? That's creepy.
Yeah, see, like,
But if you
that-
sign it
that's
with your
awful.
name, then it's like, oh, okay, you're shooting your shot.
That's
Yeah,
not a
exactly.
secret, though.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
it's not a
workplace,
secret, but like,
It's
are
not a secret.
admirers-
What if I
are
left
secret admirers
candy
even
every
a
day?
thing? Are secret admirers even
Yeah,
a
they're
thing
called
now?
stalkers. High school, past high school,
My
there's
point.
stalkers.
Because there's
But-
there's a crush. Like
Yeah.
you like someone. That's fun. Like we like that. Like as long as you don't be creepy about it. When you're like there is a fine line between secret admirer and stalker. Like if you're like maybe sending them like something or like not specifically anything creepy,
hmm
but saying like, okay, it's Valentine's Day in the workplace, and then someone leaves like, let's say a little plant on your desk that says, I really like you from your secret admirer. That's fine. If it's like, I left a note at your house signed by with a questionable red ink and it's
No, a
I
yellow
gave
ink.
this to you at
Yellow
your
ink.
house by throwing a brick through your window and
Yellow
attaching
ink.
the note to said brick.
that is not okay. That is not okay. But
So-
if it's
Sophie.
like something like nice, like
When someone's taking a
What,
shower,
so-
I can't leave messages into the mirror. Is what you're saying? So when the
no,
steam-
why are you there?
So when the
How did you
steam,
even get in there?
so when the steam comes up, it just says, "I've been watching you." Not cool.
Oh fuck!
On the
No,
point of
no,
the
that is
workplace-
not cool.
On the point of the workplace, I think it really depends. If it's a random day and you leave like something, that's creepy. If it's an event, if it's like a holiday or something, and you leave a little something
Yeah.
anonymously, that can be
Yeah,
passable.
But I feel
But if
like
it's
again,
random day, creeper.
again, that's all the relationship that you have with the person. Like if that's like, I feel like it could be on a random day, but it all depends on how you are interacting with that person on an everyday
You're a
basis.
man.
Like you, no, I just, well, I guess I am. Yes.
How dare you
But
assume
I feel
that?
like, but I just feel like,
I
you know,
know Harv.
I just feel like it all comes down to like how you interact with that person, because like you're gonna have interactions with them if you're working with them, right? That's how a crush usually develops,
yeah.
right? Unless
Yeah.
you like see somebody from afar, you're like, oh my god, I must have them. Like
I
no,
must
it's
have
not-
them. They must be part of my collection.
No.
This question's great. Shout out to Aubrey for this one.
Thanks, Aubrey. Love you. That's
All
my
right.
best friend.
I think we can wrap that question up. Okay, Sly, since you're the
Yeah.
one that also
God.
made the doc for the questions, I'm gonna let you pick. You can give me one randomly from them.
All right. I'm gonna go with the question from Kelsey,
Oh boy.
the homie, friend of the show. So she said best/worst date. I'm just gonna ask you straight up, worst date. Let's go.
I don't think I've had a bad date.
Oh,
Personally.
we've all had
Wow.
bad dates.
Wow.
Oh, we've all
humble
had- we've all
brag.
had-
No,
I'll tell. If it makes you feel even more comfortable, I'll even give my bad date.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going the bad date route, yeah, I don't have a bad like romantic like, hey, we're going out. Oh, you know what? I take that back.
Have you ever had
Hold on.
a time you were going out?
I went on a date that the other person didn't realize it was a date, but then again,
There you go.
so I won't say who this is. They're gonna know this. They're gonna know who this is when they watch this video. But I did the titular like movie thing of like, I would like to take you out sometime, right? Hopefully, assuming that, then again, that's me assuming. That's me being an ass. Okay, I assumed that meant like a date, like an actual date. So
Okay.
I ended up taking the person to a restaurant, and I paid for the restaurant. You know, totally nice thing. Then we went to a comedy show, and I paid for all that as well. There was moments where it was like a hesitation of like who's paying, but I like was like, oh, I got it. I tried to take care of it, and it was really nice, really great, and had a really great time. But it wasn't until like like days later, or maybe not even days later, like maybe weeks later. But basically, it was just like not registering that was a date thing at all, and that was sad for me specifically. But I'm still great friends with this person. We're still hanging out. But I just remember specifically of like, oh, there was something that was missed in translation. And I thought that, and honestly, this is taught because I watched a lot of movies, figuring that the simple phrase of like, I would like to take you out sometime was enough to register on a romantic level. So that's my worst date. The
I don't
date
think
was
that's
great.
a bad day. I don't think that's a bad day.
But
because
it wasn't a
that's
date.
considered-
That's
It's
the
not a
point.
date.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It ends up not being a date.
So there's that.
You never had a date
awkwardness.
where,
that
like,
makes sense.
Yeah.
You
After the
invited
fact.
someone like your like your girlfriend, and then she's just like, oh well, I'm sick. It just doesn't show up. It's like, all right.
I mean, I've
See,
had
like my. Okay, continue, Mario.
no. I was gonna say I've had obviously people like we set up a time and then it never happened. I don't know if that's the same thing or
Yeah.
separate.
I consider those bad dates.
But if they never show up, is that considered a date?
Yeah.
It's more
Well,
like
I
an
guess those are
event
my
at that
worst
point.
dates.
You getting
Okay,
Yeah.
my worst date was a group date, and my
Oh,
friend.
those are
Wait.
interesting.
So I had recently broken up with, like, the guy broke up with me. That's a whole other thing.
Sure.
So my friend's like, hey, we're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna have a beach day, and I'm going to invite one of my guy friends, and it's gonna be a date. You're gonna really, really like him. I'm like, you guys have a lot of things in common. We didn't, but you'll have a lot of fun with this guy. And I'm like, okay, by all means. I'm like, it's a blind date, whatever. It's with a group, so it's not gonna be too bad. Like, the guy's gonna have to see me in a bathing suit. I guess that's fine, but whatever. So we're gonna go to the beach. So we go to the beach, and
Okay.
no.
Okay.
It
No.
was a big old no.
No,
From, like,
just
stage
deleted
one.
that memory.
He's very much like,
Control delete.
at that particular point, I realized that this girlfriend had no idea what I liked, what my personality was, and what I was interested in. Because she's just like, well, he's an artist, and I'm like, okay, what? Okay, that's kind of cool. No, he bought a camera that weekend. Cool beans, my dude. Not
Alright,
only that,
alright.
there's 3 couples, and I hung out with my friend's boyfriend, who's also one of my friends, on the beach because he recently had surgery. He couldn't go in the water, so we're hanging out, and he's just like, oh, like, is this like this guy's new camera? I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it is. And so he's like adjusting it. The guy gets so pissed off. He like comes out of the water, storms at him, and starts screaming at the top of his lungs. I'm like, dude, like, no. First of all, you can't talk to my friends like that, so that's not okay. 2, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Here's something about me. Body hair. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
If it's not in an excessive amount, to the point where I was just like, this is not my thing, my friend. Like, back, arms, legs, like, chest, everything was covered. And I'm like, that's not me. That's not my thing. And she knew that. Still thought this was a good idea. And then he just
that man wasn't just a bear. It was just Sasquatch.
You went on a date with a mammal.
and then he was just like, he was a jerk to everybody and thought he was better than everyone else, and then tried to talk to me as if I didn't know anything. And I'm like, you know what? This is not my jam. And I got really mad at her because I'm like, who do you think I am? Thinking that I'm gonna like this guy. Actually, this is where it gets even worse. So I found out the reason why she invited him was she liked him.
Oh.
By the way, we were on a triple date.
Oh.
See,
Because-
this is an example. This is an example of a bad
That's a
date.
bad day. By the way, I replaced him as a human in my mind. He is now a bear. That's why I'm laughing.
So she invited him because
This is getting more Canadian by the second. Hold on.
oh,
This is an episode of
just
Degrassi.
wait.
Just a bear in a jean jacket.
Oh my god.
So she invited him
there
because
with
she
her
liked him with her boyfriend.
Oh.
For like over a year.
Oh.
And I'm like, by the way, they both had the same name. Even worse.
That's weird.
And then
I'm
what was
sorry, but
better
that's weird.
Was I was just like with my like hanging out with my friends, like with my guy friends, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. And so he's like, we're leaving. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we leave. She cheats on her boyfriend with this guy, not 24 hours later.
Damn.
And I'm like,
Jesus.
Damn, you hate to see it.
so yes, worst date ever. I never talked to said person, like the guy again. I barely talked to the girl after that particular point. And yeah, so that was my worst date ever in a short condensed version.
That
All I
is
gotta
that
say
is
to
that's
that-
got layers. That bad date's got layers.
That's worse than
the
mine.
streets are
Good
cold,
job.
man. The streets are
Yeah,
cold.
no,
you know?
that is an actual like worst bad date right
That's
there.
a bad
That's an
date.
actual
But I
bad
don't
date.
think I've ever had a date that bad.
So sorry.
That's real bad. That's
Oh,
layers.
it's
I've
to that
had
one.
dates
It
with
was-
people
it-
who just like throw up.
That had
just
a
after
first
drinking too
chapter,
much.
second chapter,
That's
commercial
crazy.
break. You know, like that was bad.
That was a
One of the
three-act
worst
play.
things, though, one of the worst things is like awkwardness on a date where you're just sitting there and you guys aren't really talking and you're just kind of staring at each other
Like,
and
how's
just
the
thinking
salad?
like,
He's just
Yeah,
like,
just thinking, like,
I got a fish in
I
my
could-
mouth. I'm a bear.
I'm a fucking bear.
we're back on the bear again.
Yeah, no,
You like my jean jacket? It's from Levi's.
no, and I really tried, guys. Like, I tried to
Wear
look
flannel?
over that. I tried to look over like
The bear part.
everything's
Yeah.
but yeah, but then it was just like
I mean,
he was
when
a
it
dick
gets
to
to-
me or my friends.
When it gets
The
to
hair
the
in your
point where
teeth.
what?
No, nothing.
You say hair in your teeth?
That's what I said. I admit it. I said it.
I just wanted to make sure you said that. But yeah, but then it comes to the awkwardness of like, you know, he likes your friend and like you know, like the love
Your friend
triangle.
is using
love
him to
triangle.
cheat on her partner.
Yeah, exactly.
We
He
don't
used
like
it as an
that.
excuse to hang out with him. Yeah, it was
Streets are cold, man. The streets are cold.
yeah.
Wild.
They be
That's
cold.
absolutely wild.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
boy.
welcome, guys.
Thank
Thumbs
you.
up.
Thank you. You've recovered. You recovered my terrible story, which was not that great.
No,
Best
no,
date.
no.
So-
it's-
No, because here's the thing. I've been on those dates. I was the girl who didn't realize until afterwards that it was the date because I'm oblivious to certain things. Like,
True.
See, this
My-
is the
yeah.
thing. Like, this is the thing that I've always like kind of thought about. It's like for the guy, it's like, oh my god, this is a date. For the girl, like we think like this is gonna be a huge thing, and then sometimes the girl's like, I didn't know this was a date, and then we have like this whole thing in our heads. It's like this is gonna be a date. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and then we go home. We're like, was that a date? I don't know.
Y'all,
Was that one?
Gay is great.
Is it?
oh my god. No,
I've
like
never experienced that in my life.
God.
I wish I could say that only
It-
happened once. It's happened multiple times where I just did not know.
Well,
And I'm like, oh,
Wild.
well, Fiona, I'm excited to hear that on potential future episodes of Third Base Club if this ever becomes an ongoing thing.
oh, for sure.
For sure.
Believe me, it could be a series.
I'm excited. We're going
Oh
to the
my.
Third Base Club special.
We need a
Fiona tells us every
segment.
time she's third based it.
You say third basing?
No. sorry.
I'm gonna third base the shit out of you, girl.
Sorry.
I'm third.
Third wheeling is what I meant. Third wheeling is what I
There
meant.
we go. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Not third
There we
base.
go.
That makes more sense.
I'm so sorry. I still don't know what third base is. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
no.
You paid how much for people to tell you what third base?
I paid $70,
Oh
and
my
it's
god.
charity is tax deductible, so I'm happy I did that. Okay, we're gonna move on probably to our final round of questions. If anything, final question. I think I'm just gonna ask one question. I think everyone's just gonna go ahead and ask. You know what? I want to counteract the bad date stuff. Let's go ahead and go back with Kelsey's question, and let's just go with the best. I think we've all, at the very least, have gone on a date. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wow, silence. Okay.
Not fam.
At least a decent enough date. I'm gonna go with Harv. Go ahead and start us off with the best date that you can remember.
Oh, I can remember.
I remembered
That
another
I
bad
can
date, but I'm
remember.
not gonna say that one. Continue.
I thought you didn't have any bad dates.
Apparently, I blocked them out of my mind, but I got them for days.
I think one of the best days. It's pretty like, I guess pretty cliche. It's like, you know, when you go to dinner and then you go to a movie kind of type thing. But we did the movie first and then we went to dinner because like you always
Very
want to
nice.
go for the movie first, right? That's usually what you want to do because then you have something to talk about. But the crazy thing is, it was like one of these like dinners where we were at the restaurant for like 5 hours, and you don't even notice the time
Jeez.
going by. And it's
Wow.
like by the time we left, it was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's just like one of those things where you just have this conversation and you just kind of keep going with it. And I was with this person for about 3 years, 3 years, I think.
Okay.
And it was just kind of like, I knew at that moment, like I knew there was something special there. Obviously, didn't work out, but
at the time, it was something.
but
that
at the
was,
time,
like,
yeah, at the
magical.
time, it was just like everything was clicking, just like sense of humor, our what we enjoyed doing, and what our hobbies were and stuff like that, and like just the back and forth was just like it was great. So like that is one of my fondest memories when it comes to a date. It's boring, sure, because like
No,
dinner and then
no.
movie, but like, all right, that's the one thing that I remember most vividly.
No, for sure. I mean, spending more than an hour in a restaurant with somebody is actually, I would say, an achievement, especially if that's someone you find interesting and someone that goes, almost, 5 hours is a lot. So I think that's actually good that you two at that time had a connection and that it kept going, and it ended up being a positive experience that you're talking about now. So I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
all around. Okay. Frank, can you think of a good or decent or best date?
I went to a haunted house, saw Deadpool, and then had White Castle.
That sounds incredible.
That sounds like
It
an
was,
amazing night.
It was a Valentine's Day haunted house.
Really?
Um,
Awesome.
Yeah, did Deadpool come out on Valentine's Day or something
Yes,
like that?
it
Or
did.
close to
So-
Valentine's
Right, it
Day?
did.
Yeah.
It was a Valentine's Day themed haunted house like thing.
That's awesome.
And then went to go see Deadpool because there, ironically, the the big movie. I don't know what it's called. It's like the place that constantly has haunted houses throughout the year. You know which one I'm talking about? It's like $50.
Yeah.
It's all the way down in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Right across the street from it, the movie theater.
None of us know what you're talking about.
He's referring to
Mario
in
does.
Chicago. There's a
Oh
big
yeah,
place.
totally.
There's a big place, yes,
Been
that,
there.
that often
I've
been
has
there.
Totally been
haunted
to
houses.
Chicago.
Near that area, there's a White Castle, so we had White Castles right afterward. It was like 2 in the morning. It was nice.
Okay.
I went to White Castle
Fuck
once.
yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, I mean it's
Never
great
been.
at 2 in the morning.
That's
Sure.
fair. That's
Nothing
fair.
else is
blowing your
open.
ass all out, which, geez.
No, that's later.
Yeah, not at the moment.
Not during.
That's
That's the post date
Okay.
decompression where you let out all those farts you've been holding in and shit.
God forbid. God forbid.
Sounds like Taco Bell.
I mean, you're not wrong from there. Okay, well, that was both delicious, disgusting, and awesome. Thank you so much, Frank, for telling us that.
It's the first time I was. This is the first time I was chased by a chainsaw. It was nice.
Oh, that's so romantic.
The first time.
Yeah, the first time.
Of how many?
3 times at this point.
From the same place.
Mario was there. We got chased by one time in
Yeah,
the cornfield.
Yeah, in the cornfield. That was fun. There was a haunted house in the.
How-
It was in the fields. It was in a cornfield haunted
Yeah.
house, and it was really cool.
Okay.
How
these
many
are
of
all
those
fake.
times have not been haunted houses?
That's a good question.
One of them.
All right.
One? Okay.
Okay. That's a story.
So was that a
On
real
the
chainsaw
topic
or?
Oh, I didn't know it
Chainsaw.
wasn't a real chainsaw at the time.
Had the chain on and everything. Well, you got to tell us that story, obviously, on the Point in Progress podcast, which is the real podcast that we do, obviously, weekly, as we
Go
hopefully
check it
as
out.
this goes along. So
On
please check that out.
every podcast service I could think of.
Yes,
If it's not on a podcast service you use, let us know.
exactly. But we're not done with the question
Can I get
yet. I'm, of course, still got a few more people. Cyclone MC, tell me, what was the best date you've had?
I was trying to think. Oh, so I haven't been on a bunch of like romantic dates. They're not really my thing. Like quality time's more important to me than like a date or whatever. But I've been on a ton of like friend dates, which are to me way more fun. And so mine was also a movie. I was with somebody who would go on to be my partner, but wasn't my partner at the time.
Sure.
And so one of my good friends, Paloma, and I were going to see the movie release of the musical Bandstand, which
Okay.
I love that show. It's such an amazing show. And they did like recording of the stage production and did a theatrical like limited release of it. And it was the second time it was doing the theatrical release. So my friend Paloma and I like had planned to go to this. We were super excited. And I had like just started talking to somebody. And so I invited them along. And so it was like kind of a group date, but like we were romantically interested, right? But
It was like a
just
casual
super
one,
fun.
you know, like a
It
casual.
was super
grouping.
casual, low key, you know, like it was like my friend and this person I was interested in, and I got to watch Bandstand and geek out over it, and so you know that was really awesome, and like I would go on to date that person, which was nice. But yeah, I would just like anytime I get to like do something I enjoy or I'm passionate about and like share it with people I care about, that's a good date to me. You
Oh,
feel?
I do. I
Mhm.
do. That was very lovely. Fiona, what are some of the best dates that you've gone on?
Have any of them been with bears?
No, the question is how many have been
or
bears?
moose?
How many?
Or moose.
How many are the cast of that?
Plenty of
Are the
things.
bears the hairy ones and the moose are the non-hairy ones? Is that what's happening right now?
Moose are
I've
just
been on
tall
plenty
people.
of dates where there are real bears around, not people.
Fee, have you gone on a date on any of the cast of Night in the Woods? What? You never see, come on, we all know that game, right?
Yeah,
All
we
right,
do,
great.
we
Okay,
do.
okay.
That's just random.
They're all animals. That was the joke. All right, continue. Fee.
Oh
Continue.
my god! What the?
Yeah, I think
No.
we hijacked the conversation from Fee.
Yeah, no. I've had a number of really good dates. I'm trying to think of one to talk about. That sounds like
Oh, brag.
what a great thing.
Oh,
So
Fee's
many
out
good
here
dates. Look at
whining
me.
and dining.
I have healthy relationships. What's that like?
Oh god. I'll tell you a funny one. Okay,
Okay.
so we went out, got dinner, then went to go. I think we went hang out with a few friends and went to a movie. And I really liked this guy, and it was going great. I'm laughing because of just what it's about to say. So, oh god, I'm okay. So at the time, I was staying in an apartment, like in a house with a few friends. Like we all rented it out. And the guy, like, we're at the doorstep. He's like looking at me. It's slightly awkward. The guy kisses me. And then I proceed to say thanks, and I slam the door in his face.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
I hate to see it.
Oh.
Pour one out for this guy.
Wasted.
Pour one out for
Oh.
this guy.
All around me
By
are
the way,
familiar faces.
I just want to let you know that this guy is literally 10 feet in the other room.
Oh my god.
Aw. Can that be the intro of this video?
Yeah.
Can we just record that really quick?
But still, all around me are familiar faces. At least at that moment.
Yeah,
This is
at
double
that
eating there.
moment.
I proceeded to do that. Then I did a giddy dance in my front entryway to find out that my roommates and our other friends were in the room right beside it. And then I went into my room and I locked myself in there for like a good solid few hours.
Big sad.
That's incredible.
happy.
Big
Thumbs up.
sad.
Big happy, big
Thumbs
sad.
up. Yeah.
Oh wow.
All right, Mario, what's yours?
I've. I'm trying to think hard.
Is it
on...
the time I took you to Olive Garden?
That was a good time.
Okay.
That's when
Got
we.
you-
Is that the
got
one
you.
when we met the lady from Rock of Love?
I
Her
think
best
so.
friend won Rock
In
of
her-
Love season 1.
Yes.
That
yes,
was awesome.
It was.
That's a whole story we should
Unlimited
tell.
breadsticks. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
We were going to go unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden, and I love this is the story I'm telling us of the first date. But we met. There was a lady that it was a ride share, and we were going to Olive Garden. They were going. I don't know where they were going, but they proceeded to tell us that their best friend, which is the winner of the first season of Rock of Love, which is a show I watched religiously in the first season, so I was happy about that. Anyways, fun times.
God, I'm gonna do these podcasts with you, and I'm gonna know so much more about you guys. I can't wait.
It's gonna be wonderful.
We have some weird moments, man. Our Ubers have been wild.
Yeah.
There's this one time where we
I
just
love everything.
we,
about
there's
it.
there's
I
this
remember
one time we were
Superman
just
1.
trying to get to Justice League, or it was it was one of the DC movies. We just couldn't get there because our Uber drivers were just incompetent. Oh, we almost died like 3 times in one of them. To the point where Mario just said, "Stop the car," and we got the fuck out.
in the middle of the street. It was great.
Wow.
So my best date. I've had the fortunate of having gone on at least several dates where I thought it was a lovely experience. The one that I will reference probably because I ended up dating this person for 7 years, so I would say that definitely it was probably one of the better. Yeah, I know. It's probably one of the better dates of my life. But basically, it's very much starts very similar. You know, we go to the movies. We go to my favorite movie theater, which is River East.
Who did not have a movie theater themed for best date?
The movie theaters are awesome.
Was that all of us?
Yeah.
We all chose the movie
I
date
think
as their best
it's
date.
such a solid
Wow.
choice for a date.
That's
because
incredible.
But I love movie theater dates. They're so amazing.
Yeah.
You learned a lot about a
I'm
person.
impressed.
Yeah, you learn a lot about a person when you're in the movie theater. You learn if they're the fuckers that like to talk, chew food loudly in theaters.
Listening
hold your
to their
hands,
opinion of a movie.
What? Yes, exactly.
Just listening to their opinion of a movie is just like you learn a lot about a person and what they pay attention
Yeah,
to.
they say that Batman vs Superman was a good movie, and you're like, well, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
I gotta get
I'm
Uber
just like,
real quick.
Real quick.
all right,
Real
well,
quick.
here I'm gonna go grab some more popcorn. I will be right back. And just never return.
Never come back. Never come back. Sadly, I've never done that
my
yet.
God.
So far, I've had good luck in the movie theater dates. But for this specific one, we saw the movie Sinister, which is a horror movie. Which actually,
that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do on dates. You want to go to a horror movie.
yeah, you want to go on a horror movie dates, which are fun. So we've had a great time enjoying. I love that movie, and I love Ethan Hawke, so that was perfect. So luckily, in the Chicago area, there was a restaurant. It's no longer there. But it's a chain restaurant, and some people might know this chain. It was Buca di Beppo, the Italian
Buca di
restaurant.
Beppo!
Buca di Beppo. Yes.
No idea.
It is a chain.
I don't know.
For the people that might have listened to the comedy button, it's popular on Buca di Beppo is a Italian chain that is very delicious. The best part about the chain is it's very much if you're here, your family, but not in the same way as Olive Garden, where they'll take
Wait, so
you.
this is a restaurant?
It's a restaurant. They
I thought this was an actual book.
They'll feed you.
Buca
They'll
di
feed you
Beppo.
I hope
at
so.
the table. You come into this place and you
Like,
get
they'll
assigned a
hand
guy.
feed you?
Yeah, no, they'll feed you. That's how they'll wipe your
so-
mouth and everything.
That's
No.
a home style.
That's home styles, right? You go into the restaurant, you ask for tables for two or family or whatever. They don't take you to your table right away. They take you to the back and show you the kitchen first and show you how your food is prepared. There's even a seat in the kitchen that you can actually reserve and actually sit there.
The chef's table?
I don't know if it's a chef's table.
Sly, I was right there with you. I was like, Hell's Kitchen.
Did it have
Hell's
scallops?
Kitchen style? Yeah,
Did they have scallops?
Scallops?
They do
Do they
risotto?
serve
No,
scallops?
Italians don't eat scallops. Anyways,
Risotto?
So they take
Risotto?
you. They don't have risotto either. They take you. They take you to the
Yeah.
back. You then sit in your
Okay.
chair, sit in your seats, and it's like family. Like there's pictures of the Pope everywhere. It's fucking Italian as shit.
The fucking Pope
100%. I'm pretty sure there's a Pope table.
staring you down as you eat your food. Is that good food?
It's
Jesus
like-
died for that food.
Yeah, there's like a Pope table. I
Damn.
think it's a great place. Anyways, it's also one of
Pope's
those.
just staring at you if you're eating meat on a Friday during
Exactly
Lent.
during Lent. Yes, 100%. They don't
I
serve
do.
More
meatballs.
intense.
How
No meatballs.
fucking dare you?
Yeah. So we order, and this is the kind of restaurant where you can't just order a plate for yourself. You have to order family style. So it's like you're ordering spaghetti. You're ordering spaghetti enough for two people. So we had meatballs. We had spaghetti. It was wonderful. The conversation's flowing. I'm enjoying my favorite meal, which of course, as half Italian person, is Italian meatballs and spaghetti. So I'm dying, having a great time. I'm talking to
Sounds so good.
very beautiful person. I just had a great time at the movies. Then one of the people in there was like, "Hey, we're taking photos today. Do you want to get your photo taken?" And yeah, we got our photo taken. It was printed on clearly like a coupon for coming back to Buca di Beppo,
Yeah.
but it was a picture of us, and we kept it. And then then we ended up walking just through the night downtown in Chicago, just walking through the streets and just having a good time. And then we went home and it was great. And
That's one of the
that
one of the
person
most
trapped
fun
me for
things.
7 years. What was that?
That was one.
Kept me in a cage.
That's one of the most fun things. Though. Is,
no.
like after you.
Jesus.
That's the same thing that happened for mine. It was like after dinner, we're in downtown Vancouver, and you could just the restaurant was right beside the seawall in Vancouver.
Okay.
So like right when you get out of the restaurant, you can just walk the entire seawall, and just listen to the ocean and then just kind of listen to like the birds and stuff like that. It's really, really awesome to go out and just after dinner just go for a walk.
No, yeah.
Can I change my answer?
No,
Does
no
it
take backs.
does that have something to do with the Pope?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to do with the Pope.
Scallops.
Is there anything coming to Jesus related? Oh god.
So as you were talking, I was thinking about like all the times I've gone to see like movies with like groups of people, right? And when I was in high school, the wonderful movie Pride and Prejudice and Zombies came out.
Oh my god.
Nice.
And it was the
Nice.
same time my high school was doing a production of the play Pride and Prejudice. One of my best friends, Shelby, and I, super obsessed with Jane Austen. Love everything Austen, right? So, of course, we love the book. Like, all the spin-offs, amazing. So we took a big group of, like, theater kids to see this movie, right? The rest of them had not read the book. And so Shelby and I are very vocal during movies and not talking, just reacting. And so this movie theater was like basically empty. It was like the 8 of us and then like 2 other couples like in front of us, right? And so the rest of our group had no idea what to expect except for Pride and Prejudice, but with zombies. So Shelby and I are sitting there and we're enjoying, we're like, ooh, oh, like, look at that cute boy or whatever, as you do, right? And then about the middle of that movie, it takes a sharp turn from the books. It's good, it's just different. It took a sharp turn. And we were just the whole time, we were like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? We're like freaking out to the point where the people in front of us just like look back at us and are just giving us mad side eye, and we walked out.
That's me and Mario. We went to go see Justice League.
What is this shit? What the fuck is this shit?
Martha.
Oh my god.
God.
I don't know why I get Pride and Prejudice always confused with Princess Bride. Every single time.
Very different.
Very
Yeah,
different.
very different. Very different.
Never seen
For
it.
some
Very
reason,
different.
they're
That
like
is-
the same in my mind. I don't know why.
Harv, that is inconceivable. Okay, I don't understand. How you can get those.
I
How
don't
dare
either.
you.
Honestly, I don't either. But
No.
you know what? We'll just
Wild.
roll with it. We'll just roll with it.
Yeah. And as we're rolling on, we are finally, I guess, coming to a close to our very first one-off special of the Third Base Club. This has been awesome. I want to do this more, but we'll talk about that maybe in the future, for sure. Of course, I want to thank everyone for being here. Sly, thank you so much for being here. Where can people find you on the net?
You can find me online at FlycloneMC. It's spelled below me. I'm not gonna spell it. Basically everywhere. You can also find me on Point Progress.
That's
like
right.
you can find all of these other wonderful people
Is that a name drop?
everywhere at Point in Progress. You know,
Wow.
go check out our stuff. We love you. You're amazing. Thanks for watching this far. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm hoping they watch the other thing first, and then they're watching this
Hopefully.
to understand the dynamic.
Yeah.
If this is your introduction, I'm so sorry.
But if you
It
like
gets
this,
better.
keep liking our stuff, and maybe you'll come back.
It gets
Uh,
It gets better.
It does get better. Harv, where can people find you on the net?
You can find me at Beard and the Hair, pretty much on Twitter, Instagram, and then YouTube is Beard and the Hair Gaming. I stream, and on Twitch also Beard and the Hair. I stream both. I stream full time, about 4 to 5 days a week. I'm a Soulsborne streamer usually, but yeah, you can find me there at Beard and the Hair.
That's fantastic. And Frank, where can we find you? Because you're doing things. You're actually doing.
Where
a lot
can
of
we
cool
find you?
things.
Where can
I'm
we find
on
you
Twitter.
this week?
I'm just on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Venom Unfit Snake. I stream Tarkov sometimes at Venom Unfit Snake.
What's
I would
your
like to get to
current
50
Twitter name?
followers. At Venom Unfit Snake.
No, it's like your name.
Oh, yeah, is it? Hold on.
Did you change something again for this month?
That's why I said. That's why I said. Where can you find you this week?
Oh no.
I'm-
Your Twitter name changes like every week.
Hold on, I'm checking right here. Give me a second.
you gotta
It just
pick
be
one and
Frank, I
stick
think
with
it just
it,
says
dude.
Frank V.
Well, Frank is also
Okay.
he's been on podcasts recently. He's actually been talking about WandaVision over there at Penultimate. Stuff,
was-
so
I was on Penultimate Conquests podcast as well.
Yeah.
You can, I guess, now find us
Love to
at
see
Point in
it.
Progress. So
Yeah,
I guess
100%.
we're name dropping it.
I
Yeah.
forgot to say that, but they've all got it covered.
You cannot
They've
find
all got it
Harv
covered.
at Point of Progress.
No.
Fiona, where can we find you? Other than that.
Oh, I don't know where you can. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Zeranix. It's below me, but to spell it out, it is ZURANIIX. I am also on
Zed.
a pod. Yeah, I said Zed. You guys are gonna have to deal
Zebra?
with it.
Yeah, it's Zed. It's Zed, guys. It's Zed.
Zebra.
Anyway,
It's 3-2. We win.
well, I get to say it because I'm Canadian, so get at me. And I'm also on, obviously, the Point in Progress podcast. And I do a weekly podcast over at the Penultimate Conquest called, oh my God, the Cross Media podcast. Specifically, the one that we're doing is about Attack on Titan, the final season. We don't know if this is going to be the final portion or whatever that is, but we talk about that over on the podcast. But yeah, we talk about all things each episode. I cry sometimes. It's okay. But anyway.
It's okay to
Yeah,
cry.
It's good.
Yeah, it's
Good
okay.
times.
It's okay.
Also, remember, guys, bears beware.
Really get into the meat of the conversation when you
Okay,
cry,
please.
Sly, I need you to make me a graphic. I need it to be a bear with the no symbol on it.
It's like the Ghostbusters, but
No
with
bears.
a bear.
He is anti-bears.
Can you just draw a bear in a jean jacket for me?
Wait, okay, I have not chosen my sketch for my second point redemption on
I'm gonna
Peace
need you to
Stream.
draw your ex-boyfriend.
I would like to formally request
Your ex-
a bear in a jean jacket.
In a Canadian tuxedo.
Okay, I can do that. I will do a cute little bear with a jean jacket on.
He's gotta have
It's gotta be
a
I'd
hair
like
on.
to see it.
gotta have a toque on.
Guys.
I can't even give my plug.
Yes.
Hold on. You can find me at ThatMarioRivera
All
on
right.
Twitter. Twitch.tv/ThatMarioRivera. Twitter on ThatMarioRivera. You might be able to find me in DualShockers. That is a question mark. You can, of course, find me doing stuff here at Point in Progress, as well as stuff in the future for possible Point in Progress content, which I'm excited for. So that's,
That's great.
yeah, we shall see. But of course, again, thank you so much. And remember, run them bases. You know what I'm saying?
Run those bases.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the Point in Progress podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Point in Podcast. Point in Prod. Let me restart that.
It's not easy,
Point
right?
in Progress. Yeah, it's not.
Your one-stop shop for news, recommendations, and some spicy takes.
Fee, you're looking like you're hearing some hot takes over there. What are you thinking? Let me drink some water before I say this one.
Join 5 friends across 3 time zones and 2 countries every week.
Our good friend.
We are good friends, bro. I don't. Look, I don't.
We're
I'm,
good friends. Proceeds to introduce us all by our Twitter handles. Like, what the fuck?
Look, as we discuss all things we love while still thinking critically about them.
I'm jumping back into Fortnite this next coming week.
Ooh.
I might actually jump in with you on that because it sounds fun. Because I know because Harv is a legend, dude. I just wanted to see what Mario would say.
Yeah, what he
I just
would
wanted to see what Mario.
I just know that I'm not invited to any of this, and I'm upset. Podcast Breakouts released Saturdays and Sundays. First full episode released on February 15th.